progressive idea.
21 minutes past the hour now. A boatload of gold and now a boatload of trouble. The manhunt for the legendary treasure hunter accused of cheating his investors out of millions and millions of dollars is now over. That's according to U.S. Marshals. They say they arrested Tommy Thompson in Florida yesterday after he spent 2 years on the run. Tommy Thompson made history back in 1998 when he found the sunken SS Central America that most people called the Ship of Gold. Historians call it one of the most valuable shipwrecks ever in America. The ship sank some 160 miles off the South Carolina coast during a bad hurricane back in 1857. Up to 21 tons of gold sank with it to the ocean floor, 8,000 feet below the surface. Now, investors got some money together and paid the treasure hunter more than $12 million so he could go find the gold, an investment, which they were hoping for return. But they say he never gave him a penny. And instead, he sold the gold to a marketing group for about $50 million. Then investigators say back in 2012, he vanished. And when they searched his home, they found prepaid cell phones and wrappers for $10,000 stacks of cash. U.S. Marshals say they finally tracked him down at a hotel in Palm Beach County, Florida. The X that you see there, where he found the ship off the South Carolina coast. Investigators have not filed any criminal charges against Tommy Thompson, not yet, but he may have trouble repaying his investors because an associate says all the proceeds from selling the gold went to legal fees and bank loans, all $50 million. Dan Schorr is an adjunct professor at Fordham Law School and a former prosecutor. That's a big law. That's a huge law bill.
Oh, it's a fascinating story. This goes back to the 1850s. The sinking of the ship actually caused a financial panic in America because so much gold had been lost. And then to find it 130 years later, a major historic find, and then you have the litigation that ensued, and then this defendant in the lawsuit on the run. It's a crazy story.
He just disappeared, apparently packing the gold with it.
Well, we don't know exactly. He sold a lot of the gold, about $50 million worth of it. People associated with him say there were no real profits, that it all went into the cost of the expedition and other loans. But the investors, they want their money because they invested millions of dollars in this search. It ended up finding over $50 million in gold. And also the technicians who helped him, this was a very technologically sophisticated venture, especially in the 80s. The people who helped him do that, they want their share for helping him. And they are also angry that they don't have any of the proceeds.
So what is the lawsuit? Is it by these 160 some investors, or explain what it is?
Well, there's two main investors who are suing now. Others also can sue, and the litigation was going on for a while. There was a very important court date, and he was ordered by the judge to appear in court. When he failed to do so, they issued what's called a civil contempt order, civil arrest order, because he didn't show up in court. He went on the lam. He never responded to this arrest order until he was just arrested in Florida, and now he'll be extradited back to Ohio, presumably in front of that same judge.
Any chance these investors are going to get any money out of this deal?
Well, we know that he had about $1 million in at least one bank account. That was found when people went through his financial records. You'll have to see what other assets he has. He did sell the gold for over $50 million. So the question is, what happened to that money? Is it hidden? Is it seizable? Those are the issues that we'll see fought out in court.
I bet somebody had some good parties.
That's a lot of money. You could certainly do a lot with it.
Yeah, you certainly could. Dan Schorr, thank you.
Thank you.
Have you checked your investments lately? Prepare for a headache. We'll break down the roller coaster ride that